Hi, good afternoon, Jesenia. My name is Lucy.
Hi,
Nice to meet you. Welcome to CAPS, and I just want to explain my role and give you some instructions on some of your rights as a client coming in here to CAPS. Is that okay? We can start off by talking about that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before that. I've been here for 4 years, and I usually, to help me remember, I like to take some notes down of what we talk about today, and then you can feel free to glance at them, to correct them, anything that I've missed. We'll do a little bit at the end of the session. We'll kind of like go over what we talked about and set some goals for our following session. And then you also have like all the right to refuse any of these services that are for you, and we're just gonna go over the paperwork stuff later where you're signing, but also something that everything that you say here is completely confidential. It stays between these four walls, but if you were to say in session that you are gonna harm yourself or harm other people, I do have to break that confidentiality and report it. So I just want to make sure that you understand that.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get started.
Okay.
What brings you in to the office today?
Well, I am going through a very stressful situation in my life. I just turned 21, and so I went out drinking to the bars with my friends, and like I blacked out, and that was about maybe 2 weeks ago, and I've been feeling like very nauseous, very sick, and so my roommate told me to go to the clinic, and so I did, and I found out I was pregnant, and so I am about like maybe a couple weeks pregnant, and so I'm just
Overwhelmed?
yeah.
Yeah. But it sounds difficult.
It's very difficult, especially because I just turned 21, I'm going to school, and I come from a very strict family background, and I just want to like cry, and I'm just very stressed right now, and I don't know what to do. I just don't feel like, I want to live right now just because everything that's going on, but like I have this baby, it's just, I don't know what to think.
So you're feeling stress and you're worried, sounds like, is that right? And then you just like mentioned that you don't want to live.
Yeah.
So have you thought about hurting yourself?
No, it's just, it's just a thought I've had, like, I've never thought about it before, but just me, like, being pregnant with school going on, and then, my family, what are they going to think, my friends, I just feel like, what's the point of living right now, but it's never, like, crossed my mind in the past, it's just right now because I feel so overwhelmed.
So do you think it's something that you just, as this last 2 weeks, it's just something you just wanted to, but have you attempted to hurt yourself?
No, never attempted.
Even in the last 2 weeks?
Never, yeah. It's just,
something.
a thought that has come to my mind just because I'm so stressed and overwhelmed, but I mean, I don't know, like, what I want to do. I don't know what my parents are going to say, if, like, to keep the baby or not to keep the baby.
Let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about that night where you said that you went out with your friends to the bar and you blocked out. Like, who were you with, and who was, I guess, what kind of surrounding were you in? Do you know how you could have gotten pregnant with a hormone?
I don't remember. I went out with a group of my friends. It's a group of girls. I do remember, like, at the beginning of the night meeting, like, a group of guys, too. So, like, a group of girls, group of guys, but, like, I don't remember going home or anything. I don't remember nothing. So, like, it's maybe devastating to be like when my parents ask me who's the baby, you know, who's the father of the baby, and I'm not gonna like, I don't know, you know.
Yeah, I understand. It might be difficult.
Yeah, it's
hard to talk about it.
Yeah, it's just
What came to mind, or what did you do when you woke up from that night?
Well, I was very like sick, you know, nauseous because of the whole drinking. But I wasn't feeling good, but just, you know, lately, like, I've just been feeling very sick, very tired, not wanting to do anything, not having any, like, motivation or anything. So just barely, like a couple days, I've just been feeling very.
So at first you affiliated to the drinking and the being hungover, and now you're just, it continued, so then you got the test.
Yeah.
It showed that you got positive. Have you been checked by a doctor, or was it just a pregnancy test that you bought?
No, I went to the doctor. Yeah.
Who went with you to go to the doctor?
My roommate.
Your roommate.
My roommate went with me, and she's the only one that knows right now so far. Nobody else knows.
Nice.
I don't know, like, who to tell. Like, I don't know if I should tell my parents right now. Like,
have you talked to your parents?
I've talked to them, but I haven't told them anything about what's going on. It's in the back of my mind. I feel like they should know, but it's a very hard situation.
What kind of relationship do you have with your parents? Like, what kind of...
We're very close. I have a younger sister, and so we're very, like, close-knit family. Like, I'm, like, her role model and everything, so to find this out is just going to be devastating. Like, they're going to be so disappointed in me. Like, my dad,